Well, the Georgia Bulldogs beat the Auburn Tigers in a close matchup with 27-20. Let's just get into the stats. Close game. Um, Georgia, they trailed the whole game into the fourth quarter. They was able to take the lead, but the Auburn defense was playing really, really good at first. But Brock Bowers, man, what can I say? Just kept being wide open in the secondary. They could not stop that guy, you know, in the secondary. But I'm just read off the stats. Carson Beck, he had a pretty good day. He threw for 313 yards, had a touchdown, had an interception early on in the game. Like I said, first matchup with him going on the road, being a starter. But he did really, really well. Stayed composed. Auburn defense was trying to get at him a couple times, but he stayed in that pocket and he delivered the ball down the field. And like I said, a lot of that success you got to give to Brock Bowers, man. That this guy he just built different, man. Really, really good player. And speaking of Brock Bowers, yeah, he had 157 yards on the day. Really, really good. Had a touchdown. Whenever Carson Beck just need to, make a play downfield, Carson Beck was just there. I mean, not Carson Beck. Brock Bowers was just there. You know, big guy to bring down. I mean, he's just a really, really good player. But Dejon Edwards, he had a good day as well. He had 76 yards on the ground rushing. Was able to get 2 touchdowns. And like I said, man, when Georgia just getting their rhythm, man, it's just hard to stop them. They start to lean on the run, and uh, Carson Beck's passing down the field really, opened up their offense, and they just did a really, really good job. Lad McConkey had 38 yards receiving. Marcus Rosemy Jackson, he had 44 yards receiving. But the only guy that got a touchdown was Brock Bowers, and that's all they needed. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Whenever they're in trouble, go to Brock Bowers. This guy's just a beast of a player. And Auburn hit Georgia, scoreless in the first half. But that Georgia defense, you got to give credit to those guys too, man. That Georgia defense, that's going to help them win a lot of games this season. They're just really, really good. And in this matchup, they was able to get 3 sacks. So an issue that they was having, in previous games, not getting the sacks and stuff like that. But they played really, really tough. And Auburn kept trying to run up the middle. It's really, really tough to run on Georgia. They're really, really good at stopping the run, but I'm going to get into that. They didn't do too well in this matchup as far as stopping the run. But I'm going to read Auburn stats. Peyton Thorne only finished the game with 82 yards passing. He had an interception. Didn't pass for a touchdown at all, in this matchup. But Auburn was able to put up a lot of rushing yards on Georgia, and that's something that Georgia fans probably didn't like seeing in this matchup. The way you attack a Georgia defense, you got to try to go, east, east and west on them, because them guys up front, man, it's really, really tough to run on them. But Auburn was able to pitch it out, on the edges and able to get some rush yards on Georgia. But in the end, it wasn't enough. They couldn't pass the ball for the life of them. I mean, neither Peyton Thorne or, Robert Ashford are really good at passing the ball. Robert Ashford, he only had 6 yards passing. But a lot of the yardage came from running the ball. Peyton Thorne, he did have 92 yards rushing, though. Jaquez Hunter, he had 59 yards rushing with a touchdown. Robert Ashford had 33 yards for a touchdown, and Brian Batty, he had 35 yards. So total, they ended up with 219 yards on the ground. Way too high for a Georgia defense. It's something they definitely got to work on. But they did limit, Auburn to 88 yards passing. But Auburn's passing game is just not there right now. Receiving wise, the only guy that had a lot of yardage, receiving wise, was Rivaldo Fairweather. He had 44 yards receiving. Everybody else had like 18, 14, and 12. So Georgia did what it's supposed to do on, defense. The only thing they didn't do, They could have made this game even more ugly for Auburn if they had stopped the run in this matchup. But you got to give credit to Hugh Freeze and the way he schemes, But um, like I said, team stats. Georgia got 19 first downs. Auburn got 17. Rushing, Georgia got 107 rushing yards on the ground. Auburn got 219. Um, Auburn average rush, average was 5 yards a carry basically. Georgia was only able to get 3 yards per rush, so definitely got to fix that, But they was able to pass on Auburn, 313 passing yards. Auburn only got 88. Total offense, Georgia got 511 yards rush of total offense. Auburn was able to get 364. So pretty good game, came down to the very end, in the fourth quarter. Georgia just basically gave, Auburn points in this matchup. Georgia didn't turn over the ball. Auburn may not have scored as much as they did, but good matchup. Georgia's still undefeated, still the team in the East to beat. Auburn, got to go back to the drawing board. Got to get a passing game going to go with that run game that they got. I think if they get that passing game down and continue to run the ball like they do, they'll be a really, really tough team to beat. That defense was keeping them in the game. So, and it's always hard to play in Jordan-Hare. It's just something about that place. But Auburn almost pulled it off, but just couldn't, they have it in the tank at the end. Peyton Thorne threw an interception at the very end of the game, and that sealed the game for them. But what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And once again, if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll definitely be back with more college football content. Thanks, guys, and roll tide.